So, let me start with a question that sounds, well, kind of crazy. Why on earth would a company pay one of the greatest athletes on the planet, LeBron James, an estimated $4 million for an ad? Not for a car, not for a sneaker, but for a mobile puzzle game? The answer to that multi-million-dollar puzzle is a powerful and, honestly, an almost invisible force that marketers have absolutely mastered. It's called the association principle, and it is the hidden force that shapes countless choices you make every single day. So what is this thing really? At its heart, the association principle is surprisingly simple. It's when our feelings about one thing, let's say a celebrity you really admire, get transferred over to something completely different, like a product, just because they're shown together. The connection doesn't even have to make sense. The advertiser is betting that if you like LeBron, some of that good vibe is going to rub off on their game.
All right, let's break down exactly how this all works, starting with the part that always grabs your attention, the multi-million-dollar connection.
Let's just put that number out there again. $4 million. That's the reported payday for LeBron James to show up in that ad for the mobile game Royal Kingdom. I mean, that is a massive investment just to build a little bridge in your mind. And get this, he wasn't the only one. The company also reportedly paid out a cool $1 million each to other huge names like Jimmy Fallon and Shakira. This wasn't just an ad, it was a full-on association blitz. But the real question is, did it work? Well, the numbers are pretty staggering. Before the celebrity ads, the game was seeing about 80,000 downloads a day. Not bad, right? But after the campaign hit, that number exploded to over 300,000. That's a pretty clear return on investment. The association definitely paid off.
And this isn't just some one-off trick for apps. Just think about Jennifer Garner and Capital One. Her deal is estimated to be worth somewhere between $15 and $20 million. Why? Because Capital One wants to associate their financial brand with her friendly, approachable, and most importantly, trustworthy vibe.
Now, let's go a little deeper. This is about more than just liking a famous person. We're going to see how this principle taps directly into our own sense of who we are, especially when it comes to the passion of sports. Have you ever caught yourself doing this? I know I have. When your favorite team pulls off a huge win, what's the first thing you say? We won, right? But after a crushing defeat, that language magically changes to they lost. It's such a small shift, but it says so much. You know, there's actually a name for this. Psychologists call it basking in reflected glory. We subconsciously link ourselves with winners because it's an easy way to feel like we're part of something successful. It boosts our own self-image. Their win feels like our win. And you can bet brands and teams know this and are happy to sell us the jersey to make that feeling real.
So you might be thinking this is all just some clever trick invented by Madison Avenue. But the truth is, this instinct is ancient. It is so not a new trick. I mean, just look at the contrast here to see how timeless this really is. On one hand, you have Jennifer Garner's friendly smile selling a credit card, and on the other, you have ancient Persian kings who would literally reward or execute messengers based on whether they brought good or bad news. Same principle, just way, way higher stakes. And you see this pattern repeat all through history. From ancient Persia, where the phrase, "don't shoot the messenger," was a very real piece of advice, to the Roman Empire, where victorious generals paraded through the city to lock in their association with glory, all the way to modern studies showing college students wear way more school apparel after a big football win. It's just baked into who we are. Okay, so we've established it's a deep, old human instinct. But what happens when you plug that ancient instinct into 21st century technology? This is where things get truly wild. Let's look at how AI is supercharging this principle, basically putting it on autopilot.
So how does this actually work? It's called contextual AI, and it's pretty slick. First, an AI scans the article you're reading or the video you're watching. Then it figures out the theme, the topic, even the mood. After that, it slips in an ad that feels perfectly matched. And the final crucial step, you don't even realize it, but you start linking that brand with the good feelings you were already having from the content. But it gets even crazier than that with AI-powered celebrity ads. We're talking about deepfakes. A really mind-blowing example came out of India, where they used a deepfake of the superstar Shah Rukh Khan to create thousands of unique, personalized ads for small local shops, making it look like he was personally endorsing every single one. And hey, if you can't get a real celebrity or you just don't want the headaches, why not create your own? Everybody meet Lil Miquela. She's got over 1.5 million followers. She posts about her life. She works with huge brands. And she's not real. She is 100% computer generated, a totally virtual influencer.
So why would a brand do this? Well, it boils down to one word: control. A human influencer feels authentic, sure, but they can be risky, unpredictable. A virtual influencer, though, they are perfectly scripted. They are 100% controlled by the brand, and they're available 24/7. They never have an off day, and they are guaranteed to never get into a scandal.
Okay, let's land this plane and talk about the most important part of all, your takeaway. What does all this stuff actually mean for you as you're scrolling through your day?
Here's the bottom line. The association principle isn't just a marketing gimmick. It's a fundamental piece of our human software, and it's been running for centuries. But now, today, powerful AI is making those associations more targeted, more personal, and more widespread than ever before in human history.
And that leaves us with one final thought to take with you. Now that you know how the trick works, now that you can see the principle in action, the next time you see your favorite actor holding a soda or a famous athlete sitting in a car in an ad, how are you going to see it differently? What connections are you going to start noticing?